Hi Aquarius, welcome to your September 2017 overview reading. This video is good for Sun, Moon, and Rising Aquarius. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Oh, I also have a bunch of plugs at the end. There's a bunch of astrology stuff that I have in the works and everything like that. Let's go ahead and take this one. So if you're interested in all of the new stuff, then go ahead and listen to the end part when I'll give you all the links and everything. Okay, so this is the Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance cards. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. Okay, so just kind of lean into those struggles. Make sure that you are paying attention to organizing, and it's also a really great way to manifest money, is just organizing so you're creating a healthy space for money to come in. And the Paulina Cassidy Witchlings, dreams. Dreams are an expression of the collective experiences combined with messages from the spirit world. Kind of, sort of. If you've seen my Q&A about this, you know that I feel a little bit differently about dreams. But I would pay attention to your dreams this month. Or if there's something specific that you would like guidance on, make sure that you are setting an intention before bed on what next steps you need to take. That's a really great way to get information. Even if you don't fully carry the dream over the next day and remember, you know, verbatim what happened and what was said, you'll still internally feel the shift and be able to get the information that you're able to use. Okay, and I'm just doing a Celtic cross. This is the Marielle Tarot. And then I also have an oracle deck that I'm going to be using in the timeline. And then I was kind of having some issues with some of the other spreads that I had to redo one of them because the energy wasn't clear. I'm all good now and everything, but I have a white candle lit, you know, just keeping it clear and fresh. Safe, protected, all of that stuff. You know that I'm really a stickler for intention setting with these readings. Okay. And the messages have been really great with other, doing a Celtic cross for some reason this month has just been going really, really well. And then I have the Alchemist's Tarot for your growth period throughout this month. So it's broken down in quarters. If you're familiar with my readings, you know it's like starting, middle, end. It's going to be fluid since everyone, you know, has a different situation. Okay, and then I'm using the Tarot of Sexual Magic to read your love life, your romantic relationships, and then we'll do a 3-card pick at the end with the Sluttist Tarot. I'm going to leave that over to the side and clarify along the way. Okay, so this is where you're starting off this month. 6 of Wands, so victory, completion, you know, feeling really satisfied with the position that you're in and moving forward. So let's see what the challenge is with that. The Page of Cups. So there's a little bit of immaturity in terms of emotionality that's coming through. So this is a certain level of regression that's taking place and kind of not wanting to fully step into it's really what it looks like is just tendencies to kind of backtrack, and you may find yourself that when you're around certain people, you might make comments that you would have made when you were 15. It's very much that energy, especially in this position. It looks like that immaturity is kind of shining through in your communication spaces. So just be mindful. All of this, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just about drawing awareness to that part of yourself and then just noticing it, allowing it to shift, and being conscious of it for next time. So this is the past, what's shifting out. Justice. Ooh, this has been getting... Justice in the recent past position has come up for quite a few signs. So what it looks like is you're coming out of a period of, oh, I made a decision, I went with it, and now you kind of have to commit, stick to it, and move forward in the next direction. Let's see what you're calling in. Four of Wands, so this looks like more stability. You're actually creating a situation for yourself that's much healthier, more vibrant, more in alignment with you, and it's a position that you're actually able to build and create in. So this looks really, really great. You did make the right decision. This should be an affirmation that whatever you released, whatever you made a tough decision about, whatever calls you made in the past, were completely warranted and will serve you well. Moving forward, let's see what your goal is for the month. Okay, so this is evolving from past grief, heartbreak. It's really interesting in this deck. The Three of Swords is a really positive card. It doesn't mean impending doom. It's about evolving from this state, and kind of like, you know, a phoenix rising from the ashes, that whole thing. It is about taking the chaos, the damage, the destruction, and using it in a positive light, using it to strengthen you rather than hold you back. So this is a strong position because this is your ideal, this is what you want. And so that's really what you're looking to strive for, is that healing from those intense times from your past and kind of, you know, resolving some of your baggage. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the subconscious. Page of Swords. So this is you. This is similar to the Fool, in that you're setting off in a new direction. Communication is coming through. I don't know if you can see that in her throat. That's sticking out big time, is like there is evolution within your throat chakra. The way you communicate with people, the way you talk to people is changing and shifting for the better. I'm going to actually clarify that card because I want more insight as to what's going on. Like, what is that about too? Again, we have the Justice. So it comes from this decision. These are linked. Your personal evolution in your internal world absolutely comes from the decisions that you've had to make recently. I'm also going to clarify the Three of Swords to get more info on that. Knight of Cups, so this has to do with some type of relationship. This isn't necessarily romantic, it could easily be platonic. But the bottom line here is that the Knight of Cups is pushing you to shift. So this is someone, it could easily be a water sign, you know. I don't want to limit it to that because, you know, we all have those in our chart. So it's like, if you're with someone who has a Scorpio rising, it could be them. So it's fluid, but it's someone who's emotionally available for you, that's allowing you to open up and be vulnerable. And there are a lot of things going on here that are really pushing you forward in a healthy direction. Okay, the advice card, strength, so perseverance, owning who you are. This is also the ego card. So watch your ego, check yourself. Like, it's one of those things that we all have to go through. So just be mindful of when you're having a bad day, where is it coming from? Is it real or is it coming from your ego? Are you experiencing more ego fears than usual? Just notice all of those things. Okay, External influences, the Hanged Man. So this is like you're still confronting a lot of the same issues that you've been dealing with. So it's like this evolution is kind of sticky. It's like, yes, this is what you want, but it's going to be challenging because you're really prone to just not changing and doing the same old thing and engaging in the same old behaviors. And so with the Hanged Man, it's kind of like this is your wake-up call where it's like, okay, yeah, you want that, you want to heal, you want to fix that, you want to repair yourself, well then take action. You know, it's not going to come to you if you don't do the dirty work and look at the dark parts of yourself and really shift that out and move into a healthier position. So just think about it, just keep your eyes peeled for all of that. Okay, your hopes and fears, 8 of Cups. See, again, we have that ultimate release, that big, okay, I want to let things go. Again, we have another reference of the lion. This has to do, releasing this means you're vulnerable. We have a lot of connected imagery in this spread. So, you know, with the ego, that's how I'm interpreting this part. It's like you really want to come across as tough and bold and brave and whatever it is, but at the end of the day, in order to heal, you also have to be vulnerable, and that's the ugly stuff. That's the stuff that most of us don't want to deal with, and it's not comfortable, but it's the only way that you can get here. So this is both a hope and a fear. It's like, yeah, I really do want to shift this out of my life, and in the same breath, it's absolutely terrifying. So just keep that in mind as you go along. And you're going to be really tempted to fall into the same patterns. That's going to be the challenge. I don't think that that's going to be happening for a while, even though you have the right support team and support system around you. It looks like it's really going to be, it's a slow burn is the best way I can describe it. And let's see what the outcome for the month is. Death. Okay, yeah, so you are going through a rebirthing process. This is really intense. So it's, I'm also picking up a reference to like deeper in the autumn months is as a whole, you're going to see a lot of transformation from like the period of, you know, September, obviously, through November, even December. This final quarter of the year is going to be particularly life-changing, and I don't say that lightly. So, you know, it's all in your highest good. All of this is in your highest good, even if it's intense. So just hold that and really focus on what you do want, who you do want to become, how you want to adjust the communication spaces between you and others. Focus on all of that and call all of that into your space so that you can get there. Okay, now for the growth period in the first quarter, we have confirmation. So this is like, yes, you're going in the right direction. You're, you know, whether this be your job or with school or, you know, career path, whatever leap you're taking, it's kind of like, okay, keep going, keep striving for that. Sorry, my throat's really dry. I've done a lot of these, so bear with me with the glass clinking. Okay, so in your love life for the first quarter, all of these are going to be reversed again. 5 of Cups. So it looks like there's a little bit of resistance in the beginning of September, and that's because you've made a lot of big decisions. So this could be a decision to like maybe just take it easy with your partner, not be quite as intimate if you're in a really raw state, as well as if you're dating, not dating as frequently as you normally would, kind of taking a step back and reflecting before you take any big jumps. Okay, and then the second quarter, stand still. So this is introspection, reflection. I kind of think of this similar to a hermit card. because this is the time where you incubate ideas, where you figure out your next steps, you learn, you grow, and then the action piece comes only after this. So standstills are necessary, and it looks like it's really calm, really enjoyable, and you know, enjoy this. Take advantage of this. Not many people get it, so just, you know, roll with it. And in your love life, see, all of these are upside down. Don't worry about reversals. I don't read those anyway. Knave of Swords. So this is as you evolve personally and as you make the necessary changes that you need and do some reflecting and shifting, you're kind of able to step into your power. That's really what it's about. And pursue your ideas, cultivate your vision, and really, you know, it's going to bleed into your partnerships in a really positive way. So just keep going. But so far, these cards are about you, less about partnership. It actually has very little to do with partnership, ironically enough. So it's just make sure, and I've said this with, I believe, every single sign, communicate, 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 communicate what's going on with you. I cannot stress that enough. So keep your partner informed with what's going on. Okay, and the third quarter growth period, expectations. Watch yourself with this. Expectations are kind of dangerous, and you know, as someone who likes everything to go my way, I definitely understand that expectations are almost, they're hard to escape. And so just be really gentle with yourself through this process. If things aren't going exactly the way you want them to, perfectly exactly the way you imagine them, just roll with the punches and imagine it being better than you imagined. You really have to hold on to that possibility because there is a blueprint. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you cannot see, and you have to trust that. Okay, and in your love life, you'd think I'd understand that they're all upside down by now. 5 of Pentacles. So again, there's like, it just looks really resistant. It's kind of like, no, I'm not available right now. You know, and it's like, it's not that you don't want to be, it's just that you're very, very preoccupied. And you're very mental, like in terms of, I guess cerebral is a better word. Like, I'm just in deep, intense thoughts. Sorry, I'm not completely available right now. Just, you know, give me some space, give me a breather. Don't beat yourself up about this. Just allow it to, just communicate. That's all you can do, whether you're dating or whether you're with somebody. And it looks like if you are dating, you get a little burst of confidence, but then you realize, oh, I didn't take enough time. So it just looks like you're more on the DL, both in and out of relationships. You're kind of across the board. If you force it, what I suspect is, like, if you're going on tons of dates, you probably just won't experience like the chemistry that you normally would if you had already done all of this work. So you might be distracting yourself a little bit, which there's definitely a possibility of in this spread. From what I'm seeing is like, nope, I kind of want to check out, even though I have good things coming in. I kind of don't want to deal with any of the heavy lifting. So if you find yourself doing that, you're just prolonging the process. And wrapping up the month, sun's rays. So this is, you know, true vibrance and really sitting in your power. And it looks like there is a shift, and it's just kind of like you have to let go of your expectations to get here. I'm actually going to clarify that card because I'm curious. The Emperor. See, it's mastery over something. You just have to trust the process, and you have to be intentional with every step that you make this month, have an intention behind it. I cannot stress that enough. And then your love life, 8 of Wands. So this is reconnection. By the end of the month, you're like, okay, I'm back to being available. I feel like myself again. You know, I'm ready to, you know, I'm myself again. You know, that's the big thing that's coming through, because here you look a little bit disconnected, less available, more focused on yourself, and then by the end you're like, okay, I'm ready again. So you're either getting back involved with dating, you're reconnecting with your partner in some really big ways, all of that good stuff. It's just a lot of deep contemplation. That's all this is. It's it's nothing bad, it's nothing catastrophic. It's just a change in pace, a change in energy. Okay, so now we're gonna do a 3-card pick. Focus on the card that's calling to you. Tune in. Do you have a question? Do you want more insight about something in particular? All right, card number 1. Knowledge. So this is just deep understanding and connection with your path. Whether this be the exact same thing that you do for this lifetime, or just right now, it's a deep understanding that you're exactly where you need to be. Okay, so however that applies, whether you're single, coupled, jobless, deep in your career, it's just like, this is a reminder that you're in the exact spot that you should be. Even as you make these internal shifts, this whole process is going exactly as it should. So that should ease your anxiety. Okay, card number 2. 6 of Swords. So there is stuff that you need to leave behind. That's going to be the heavy lifting. And my eye is immediately drawn to this expectation card again. And it's just like, gosh, you have to move away. It's like jump first, ask questions later type of thing, where you have to do it first and get it over with so that you can heal. Rather than kind of worrying about, well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if I do this? What's going to happen if I do that? It's like you just have to just go with it. Just try it out. Try something new. Make that leap. You know, try that new relationship. Get vulnerable with that person. Like, just go for it. You know, I can't, you know, put it any other way. Just do it, go for it, figure it out later. Oh, but I mean, if you're asking, like, should I invest this $2 million in company XYZ, you know, then obviously contemplate. But the little decisions, you know, you just kind of have to go for it. Or if you feel a really big nudge that you're not fully, like, how do I put this? If you feel a nudge that you've been ignoring, it's time to take action on it. But, like, obviously this doesn't mean, oh, just, yeah, sure, get married to that person. The big decisions, please contemplate. Okay. Because I won't be responsible. I won't be held responsible for if anything goes wrong. Okay, card number 3. Princess of Wands. This is actually coming back to the reservation piece. And it's like, just hold your, you know, I lost my thought. It's like, hold your vision and be gentle with yourself. That's the main message for you this month, is not getting too wrapped up in, am I doing it right? And in the ego fears, the ego thoughts, you just kind of have to release that and, you know, trust yourself to do the right things. Okay, that's all I have in terms of cards, but I do want to let everyone know, if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, I've started giving astrology tips once a month. This is just a simple, like, my 3 tips for getting through the transits this month. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for my newsletter, and then as always, you get a free solar year reading in your birthday month, so it's not immediate. Just keep that in mind. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, if I'm the right practitioner for you, feel free to book a session with me. I also offer single question readings for $10 a piece, and the link is in the description. Thank you, thank you, thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you. Make sure you follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Onyx Healing, and have a fantastic September. I'll see you next time.